Well, guys, we need to talk about another shooting at an ICE facility. Now, in my first video, I talked about the shooting at the McAllen facility where a gunman got off some bullets, shot a police officer, I believe, like in the leg or something like that. He's okay. But Border Patrol sent him to meet his maker. He's dead. He didn't make it. But in that same story, man, they were actually talking about the Alvarado, Texas shooting, where a police officer was actually shot in the neck. That was the first time I actually heard about that. Now, folks, we have more details on that because there is some trans ANTIFA members that are finding out, and they're goons. And one of the goons, he found out too, and he is dead. He or she, I don't know the sets of the person, but that person got sent to their maker too as well for judgment. So guys, let's go ahead and we're going to watch this news clip here to get some more insight on this shooting. And then we're going to go into the identity of the people that have now found out. Here we go. So right over here, guys, CBS News here, there's a clip here because 10 people now have been charged for their roles in the cop shooting. And I believe they should all be charged with attempted murder, folks. They should never get out of prison. But let's go ahead and watch this, guys. Here we go.
10 people have been charged in the shooting of a police officer at an ICE facility in Texas on July 4th. Each of those individuals faces 3 counts of attempted murder of federal agents, as well as 3 counts of discharging a firearm in relation to a crime of violence. An Alvarado, Texas officer was responding after graffiti was sprayed on vehicles in a guard structure at the facility when someone shot the officer in the neck. The officer was treated at a Fort Worth hospital, but has since been released. This is the second targeted shooting at a Texas DHS facility in 4 days, following yesterday's in McAllen, just miles from the U.S.-Mexico border. Police say a man ambushed a Border Patrol facility, firing dozens of rounds toward federal agents. Law enforcement returned fire, killing the attacker. 3 officers were hurt during that exchange. And CBS News Homeland Security correspondent Nicole Skanga joins us now from our Washington bureau. Nicole, what do we know about the 10 people who were charged here?
Yeah, Nancy, these 10 defendants, they dressed in black military-style clothing and masks. They began shooting fireworks at that ICE detention facility. And what the U.S. attorney is saying...
Okay. They were dressing in black masks. We know that's Antifa, but I'm pretty sure that CBS News is not going to say Antifa.
Was an organized attack. U.S. Attorney Nancy Larson calling this an ambush on federal and local law enforcement officers, part of an increasing trend of violence against law enforcement. She said in a statement, quote, "Make no mistake, this was not a peaceful protest." Now, 10 minutes after that group first gathered, some of the defendants broke off from that main group and they began spraying graffiti on police vehicles and on a guard structure in the parking lot at that ICE facility. Investigators found messages reading, "Fight ICE terror with class war, free all political prisoners, resist fascism." But when an Alvarado police officer showed up at the scene, that officer was shot in the neck by one of the defendants here. Another across the street fired 20 to 30 rounds at an unarmed correctional officer who had stepped outside of the ICE detention facility. Multiple AR-style rifles were found at the scene. Police also pulling 12 sets of body armor out of the cars of these suspects. And when the suspects were ultimately stopped, many were wearing tactical gear and had 2-way radios on them. One of the alleged attackers even had their cell phone inside what's called a Faraday bag. That's a device used to block phone signals, Nancy.
And Nicole, I want to turn now to a, quote, unknown actor who's been accused of using artificial intelligence to impersonate Secretary of State Marco Rubio. What do we know about this?
Okay, so you heard that right there, guys. No mention of Antifa, and they didn't show any pictures of the people that just found out. But thank God, man, we actually have honest journalism here. And, posted this right here. Yeah, look at this here. Texas Antifa attempted murder charges. 10 heavily armed Antifa-associated far-left extremists have been federally charged for the attempted murder of federal officers after they allegedly carried out an attack on an ICE facility on the 4th of July in Alvarado. I believe the other shooting also was on the 4th of July, guys. Anyway, in Alvarado, Texas, to lure police and shoot them dead. An Alvarado police officer was shot in the neck, but survived. Yeah. And this is some of the stuff they found right there. It says resist fascism, fight oligarchy, and it has the Marxist fist right there. And there's the tactical gear, folks. This is Antifa. The Antifa militants allegedly involved in the 4th of July terrorist attack shooting at the ICE facility in Alvarado, Texas, came extremely armed. They had multiple AR rifles, pistols, ammunition, radios, body armor, leftist anarchist political propaganda material, electromagnetic blocking devices, and more. In their rush to escape the shooting, in which a police officer was shot in the neck, the shooters discarded or dropped some firearms near the scene. A search at one of the suspects' homes recovered 9 additional firearms and more body armor vests. At the home of another militant suspect, federal investigators also found a stash of Antifa anarchist propaganda texts about how to carry out violent insurrections. The 10 members of the Antifa cell have been charged with multiple counts of attempted murder of a federal officer and discharging a firearm in furtherance of a crime of violence. An 11th militant was charged separately for hiding evidence. So there was another one. Okay. These are some of the most serious felony federal charges against any Antifa associates in American history so far. Yeah. So right down here, this is the picture right here, guys, of these Antifa terrorists. And newsflash, these two at the bottom left-hand corner, those are males identifying as females. Where have we seen that from before, guys? If you guys have been paying attention to me covering Antifa, there's a bunch of transgenders. There's a bunch. So right here, this is the names right here. Top row from left to right, Elizabeth Soto, up here in the upper left-hand corner. Maricela Rudia. Enos Soto is the guy. Savannah Batten. Seth Skiles, or Skites. And the bottom row, Bradford Morris right here. Trans name, Megan Morris. Yeah. Cameron Arnold. Trans name, Autumn Hill. Joy Gibson. Zachary Evitz. And Nathan Bauman. And Daniel Rolando Sanchez is not pictured here. Well, I got bad news for these transgenders right here. You in the state of Texas also federal charges, federal jails. You will be in male facilities. Yeah. So you want to F around, you're going to find out. I hope these people, man, never, ever, ever get out the joint. Antifa needs to be taken down completely. This is, folks, the most violent terror organization in this country. Joe Biden Antifa is not an idea. They're real. They're out there. And they're causing terrorism, folks. These people are domestic terrorists. So, gonna leave it right there, guys. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.